Alright, so I'm driving down to Washington, Vermont to take a look at a 2008, I believe, Chevy 1500. It's got the 4x4 and it's only a V6, but it's listed for 2,000 bucks. I think it's going to be a pretty good profit turner for me. So I'm going to head down there. It's not too far away from my house, so I'm just going down by myself first to look at it. If I like it, then I'll come back home, grab Jeb, and I'll make him help me drive it home. So I guess let's go ahead and take a look at it. Just gotta say, if you ever want to see real Vermont, take Route 113. Goes through some of the most Vermont towns out there. Vershire, Chelsea, Washington. Everybody always talks about Route 100, which is the most scenic route in Vermont, they say. But I think if you're taking Route 100, you're just going through tourist Vermont. If you take Route 113, that's where you actually can see Vermont. Anyway, tourist trips from a rural Vermonter. Here it is for sale. Came up to take a look at it. He wants $2,000 for it. See if we can make him come down on the price. It's a pretty rough vehicle here. It's so cold outside, but she started up running good. The guy said I could take it for a test spin now. So, let's do it. So I like the truck. We made a deal, $1,800. He was pretty firm on his price, $2,000, which I respected. I tried to offer him $1,300 first, and he said no. And I said $1,500, he said no. So I said $1,800, he said, oh, fine. So paying a little more than what I wanted to, but sometimes people are good at negotiating. Yeah, so you got to deal with it. I'm gonna head home, grab Jeb, have him help me drive it back. All right, I picked up Big Jeb. He was driving so I could eat my clam chowder. Headed back there. I think it's probably got 30 minutes left in the drive. And I'm excited for my new truck. If you guys remember a couple videos back, or actually several videos back, I got pretty much the exact same truck for $1,900, but it had 200,000 miles. This one is going to be $1,800 and only has 130,000 miles. The other truck was a V8. This one's only a V6, but it was a pretty good deal. And the other video got a lot of views too. I think over 100,000. So, not that I'm saying this one will get a lot of views, but a guy can hope. Anyway, let's go pick her up. All right, and we are back to try to purchase this trucko. Time to make the deal. Hello. Got a little farm dog. All right, well, I just bought the truck. It seems like a great truck. I'm gonna say this, and I mean no offense to the guy at all, because I loved him. He was a really nice guy. But I showed up and he was a bit plastered. Didn't even really remember what we were doing. So it's just a farmer, Vermont farmer. And you see these things here? Well, it's legal in Vermont, but it's weed. So I guess he left me some. No offense to the guy at all. Great guy. Just wanted to show you that. I obviously didn't take advantage of him at all or anything. I still paid him the full $1,800 and took the truck and got the title there. And hopefully I gotta get that weed out of the car before a cop pulls me over, because while it's legal, it's not legal to have it while you're driving. It's also pretty freaking grimy and greasy in here, but I'll show you that on the way back home. Well, I'll tell you, it seems to be running and driving pretty good. It does have the engine light on for the throttle body, but it seems to be holding pretty steady. There's no steering wheel shake, and the front end feels pretty tight. Alright guys, we are on the on-ramp onto the interstate. I'm not going to floor it to see how it accelerates, because the mileage sticker says change the oil by 117,000 miles and it's got 128 on it, but we're going to give it a little acceleration test. I just don't want to blow up the engine, but let's see how it shifts. Over for me. Well, that guy was annoying. He didn't move over for me. Shift's good. We're at 70 now. Steering wheel is, let's see, good. No shakes or nothing. All right. Glad to see it. Truck made it back home. Jeb made it back home. As you can see, the roads here are pretty salty because it was barely even like dirty when I got it, and now it's coated. Drove really well, as you guys saw. Tailgate does not close. Might have to put a whole new bed on this thing, at least put a lot of work into it. So as you guys might remember, the last couple of trucks I did kind of quick, easy bodywork fixes on them just to sell them and flip them quick for profit. But this truck is nice enough. I'm thinking I want to put a little bit more money into it. The bed is actually in the shape where it's not got a hole in it yet, but usually when Chevys are like this, it's because it's also rusted from the backside, so if I grind it down, it'll probably have a hole. But we'll first try just to grind it off, and if a hole doesn't go through, then we can save the bed. If a hole does go through, might have to try to buy another one. Rockers are getting pretty rusty, but they're not terrible yet. Definitely is going to need a new back bumper. As you can see, we're going to have to figure out this tailgate and this light that isn't staying in, that he taped up, or that he held up with rope. This side also is not through yet, but it looks like it's about to go through right there. Yeah, that's not long for this world. This lip is actually, look at that. Usually the lips are screwed, but this lip is actually not in terrible shape. Oh, it looks like, oh yeah, that's grease. So he had it greased. There's the frame. Undercoated right now. I doubt he undercoated it much in the life of the truck. Driver's side rocker panel and cab corner. I don't think this guy took super great care of his truck, judging by the state of it. As you can see, door panel, grimy, seat, pretty grimy. A lot of dog hair on the seat as well. Steering wheel's also pretty gross. It says the oil change was supposed to be done at 117,000 miles. It's got 130 on it, so I'm gonna guess that he didn't do the oil change, but I'm gonna hope that he did. Either way, I'm still gonna flush out the oil on it. Four-wheel drive works, everything drove great. It's the 4.3 V6, which is a pretty tough little engine. Here's another rust hole that's gonna need attention. The brakes also juddered a little bit. I'm hoping it's just the front discs, but I'm guessing it's the back drums. We're gonna just start with the front discs and then do the back drums if it didn't fix it. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Got a lot of stuff I gotta do for sure, but overall the drivetrain seems pretty good, and it's definitely a good jumping off point for a nice truck. And these Silverados here sell for a lot of freaking money. Like the KBB on this in good condition is $8,000. It's insane because people just want trucks right now, and these trucks look new enough that they still like to use them for businesses and everything. It is the long bed. It looks kind of short in this camera angle, but that's the long bed on there. It's the 8-foot bed. I'm gonna pull it down and show you under the hood. And I got there and he claimed he hadn't started it in about a week, and it started right up in the 14-degree weather. We're gonna need to replace that ignition lock cylinder, damn it. Let's see what we can do. Well, that took me about probably a minute and a half to get, but there it goes. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace that lock cylinder for sure. I always think it's hilarious how small these 4.3s look in the in the engine bay. You could stand in there, you got enough room. So let's look at the fluids. Ugh. That oil's not that nasty. I'm guessing he probably changed it before the before it said. Under here it does look pretty clean. Manifolds are actually in better shape than the last truck I had, actually. Let's check the tranny fluid. That's good. Let me give it the old sniff test. Smells good too. Put that back in. Now, he said it overheated sometimes if you just let it idle. So, sounds like a thermostat to me, but we can first just check the fluid level in here. That looks pretty low. Let's see if I get exploded. Ugh. Oh yeah, it's just low. I think it's just low on coolant. Actually, no. It's got some in there still. I think we're gonna have to give that a flush, coolant flush, and probably a new thermostat too, because that's nasty. I'm getting some of the thermostats all jammed up. Battery is good shape, looks like. And brake fluid. It's at the right level. So, yeah. Shut her down. Ugh. So right now the list is ignition lock cylinder, body work. Was there anything else mechanical I needed to do? Oh yeah, oil change, tranny. No, I'll leave the tranny fluid. Oil change, coolant flush, thermostat, brakes, tailgate. Yeah, and then after that we'll have hopefully an $8,000 truck. All right, well thank you for watching this one, guys, and I'll see you next week with some repairs on this, hopefully. Erg, I shouldn't have shut it down. Come on, buddy. What a pain in the ass. My old 2500 did this sometimes too. Not nearly this bad, but was getting there. My old 2500 was also 2008, which makes sense. I'll let you know if I get this or not. There we go, I got it. That's probably gonna be the first repair I do on this thing.